All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're going to get to White House correspondent for Newsmax, John Gizzi, in just a moment. Of course, the president's address is less than 3 hours away, and you could hear it and see it right here, of course, on Newsmax television. And it's going to be very interesting to hear exactly what is in there. Without any further ado, why don't we say hello to John Gizzi and hear from John Gizzi.
In the whole process and discussion with members, has the president brought into the discussion Senator Angus King of Maine, who is neither Republican nor Democrat, but shares his position on immigration, however, is very skeptical about executive action? I believe he told reporters that if John Kennedy and Lyndon Johnson had pursued civil rights the same way, it would have delayed the results for 10 years. Has he brought Senator King in? And
well, I know that there have been a number of discussions between White House officials and Senator King. He is somebody who has focused on this issue quite a bit.
It's criticism of the executive action.
I'm not personally aware of that by having talked to him, but I've certainly read those reports about his comments.
All right, folks, that was John Gizzi, Newsmax White House correspondent, and he joins us now. Hello, sir.
Hello, Steve.
Good question yesterday, and it led to a whole bunch of more good questions and answers from Josh Earnest. What's your take on what's going to happen tonight?
Well, it's very obvious. The president is going to proceed with an executive order that will pave the way for at least 500,000, maybe more, illegal immigrants to go towards citizenship eventually. At the very least, it will halt their deportation, and at the very most, it will make it easier for them to become citizens in the short run rather than the longer run. For example, allowing them to pay taxes and also to receive Social Security. He would call it bringing them out of the shadows into the public. Others would say it is a slap in the face to those who have done this through the legal process and waited in line. In any event, Speaker John Boehner spoke for many in his conference when he said that if the president goes in the path that Congress clearly is not willing to go, he will have cemented his governance with lawlessness. And that's an exact quote which came up at yesterday's news conference as well.
Yeah, and Mitch McConnell today doubling down. I don't know exactly what path they will take, but what do you make of the fact that the networks apparently weren't alerted and time was not requested from ABC, NBC, and CBS? Is he trying to do this even though it's way out in front of the radar? Is he at the same time trying to do it under the radar?
Okay, Steve, look, I have a good relationship with Josh Earnest, believe it or not, and I like to take him at his word on most things. And one of the things he points out is that by going the route he is doing, the president doing this through online and through Facebook
and Telemundo.
And Telemundo, yes, but abjuring the three major networks as well as many cable stations, he avoids having to be turned down for different time and, frankly, avoids interrupting other television programs that are on. But at the same time, the message will get across. Look, it doesn't matter where he announces it. It's that he's going to announce it. And in the age of instant communication, we're sure going to know about it.
What do you think, John, we got a minute and a half left. What do you think the Republicans will wind up doing? Will they try to take the funding out of a spending bill eventually for this?
Yes, this is the course they're probably going to take. And at least one member of the House Republican leadership, who was at an off-the-record meeting I was at yesterday afternoon, said this, that Congress will defund the programs that are implementing what the president will do. As Josh Earnest said, it won't happen overnight, and it's a gradual process. So in the budget and appropriations process, the funding for the appropriate agencies will be stopped. And then one has the question of whether the president would veto legislation or not sign the complete funding for the federal government if this project that he's investing so much capital in is not funded. It'll be a very interesting game of chicken to watch.
Yep, and of course, that scenario you described would have him closing down the government, but it's already been predetermined, as you might expect, that it'll be the Republicans closing down the government. John, great to talk to you, sir. We look forward to talking to you real soon.
Always a pleasure, Steve.
Thank you. John Gizzi, ladies and gentlemen. He was going to compliment me more, I think, but we didn't have time. You want to vote? Go to newsmax.com/poll should the president issue his executive offer. Newsmax.com/poll.